Rent an Elf is a brilliant film. I love this film. There are so many really awesome characters in this. There's one character I despised, and I will talk more about that in a moment. This was released in 2018. It's directed by Nicholle and written by Sam Jackson, and it stars Kim Shaw as Eva, Sean Patrick Thomas as Liam, and Zakai Biagas as Nathan. And Eva has a business where she is an elf. Basically, people can hire her to help with Christmas events, Christmas planning, anything to do with the festive season. And Liam, a single father, hires Eva to help give his son Nathan the best Christmas ever. We learn at the beginning of the film that about a year ago, on I believe it was Christmas Eve, Nathan's mother just left. And I hate her. I absolutely despise her. She just abandoned her son with just a tiny little note to say goodbye. And obviously Nathan's had a tough year, so Liam decides to hire Eva to help cheer Nathan up by getting him into the Christmas spirit and ultimately planning this Christmas party. And most of the film is about Eva helping with the planning. And we have a lot of Christmas events. We have festive activities and Santa Claus, and it's really Christmassy, and it's really great to see Nathan being so happy and allowing himself to enjoy the moment. And I think it's so beautiful to watch that I got really emotional, and just to see the happiness that Eva was able to bring into their life. And of course, in true Christmas rom-com style, we have sparks flying between Eva and Liam, and I'll say no more about that, but I really enjoyed that part of it as well. The romantic aspect and the narrative as a whole, everything just progresses at a really steady pace. I think the pacing was brilliant. We got to the point pretty quickly, which means that we had a lot of time to put in a lot of different Christmas activities, and I really thoroughly enjoyed that. And I really appreciate it when Christmas films really make the effort to make things Christmassy, because not every Christmas film has that many festivities in it, but this one was a lot of fun. The narrative is perhaps unpredictable, at least in my opinion it's unpredictable, and something happens at one point that really changed the direction of the narrative, and I didn't expect it. I will discuss it with a spoiler warning in a moment, because I have some thoughts about a specific scene. But it was a very, very well constructed narrative, a very emotional journey, very festive. Eva was really likeable, Liam and Nathan were really likeable. It was a great film, and I think in terms of being quite an easy watch for the most part, there were some occasions where I felt quite strong emotions, strong negative emotions, such as at the beginning when we realised that Nathan's mother has abandoned him and her family. It is otherwise a really pleasant, enjoyable watch, and the characters are smiling a lot, and that's really, really infectious, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And if you're looking for a fun Christmas rom-com that kind of gets a little bit deep emotionally every now and then, with a really well-constructed narrative, brilliantly written characters, great performances, then Rent an Elf, or The Christmas Planner as it's also known, is absolutely worth watching. I loved it. So, huge spoilers from now, as I'm going to discuss a scene that I thought was brilliantly done, but not the easiest to watch. So, massive spoilers from now. And I am, of course, talking about the scene. I don't even want to say it out loud because I don't want it to have happened, but at the same time, I know that it makes the narrative brilliant because it's deeper than I'd expected. It's unpredictable and very well written, but I don't like that it happened, and this is the fact that Nathan's mother comes back out of the blue, and I just was so furious because I just don't understand how somebody could abandon their child like that, and I don't think she deserved to walk back into that house a year or so later as if nothing had happened. And she's a very annoying, irritating, self-centered character, and the scene could have been painful. I mean, it was quite painful in parts, but I have to say, they made the right decision to include Catherine in this scene. This is Nathan's grandmother, played by Debbi Morgan, and she just had so many retorts to everything that Nathan's mother said, and she really injected comedy in there where we really, really needed it. Because I was furious, I was angry, and then every now and then she'd just say something, and the delivery of her lines with this dry humour was just absolutely fantastic. So that's something else where the film deserves praise. Even as they made it a little bit deeper, a little bit more emotional, made me a lot angrier, they still kept it as light as possible with some decent comedy in there. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Nothing about it didn't work. Rent an Elf or The Christmas Planner is absolutely fantastic, and I'd be very happy to watch it again.